Listen up, because I'm not going to sugarcoat this. Your comfort zone is killing your potential. You're scared to step out of what feels safe and cozy. You think you want success, but you act like you want to stay stuck in the same old place. If you keep snuggling up to that comfort zone, you're never going to make it. You're never going to reach what you could be. Stop lying to yourself. It's time to wake up. Let me give you some examples. First, think about that friend of yours who always talks about starting a side hustle, but instead, every night you find them glued to the couch, binge watching shows until they fall asleep. They say they want to make more money, but they're not doing anything new. They're comfortable, and as a result, they're broke. Year after year, they stay in the same job, complaining about not having enough money, but not actually doing anything different. Why? Because they're hooked on comfort. Here's another one. Remember that guy who always says he's going to get in shape? He buys all the latest gear, signs up for the gym, and maybe even goes for a week or two. But then, he just stops because it's too hard. It's too much work, and he's too tired. He spends more time thinking about it than actually doing it. His comfort zone is killing his health. He's weak because he chooses to be. If he just put in the daily grind just 1 hour a day, he could be in the best shape of his life in a year. But no, he's stuck. His comfort kills his health, and he just lets it happen. Then there's someone who keeps saying they'll write a book. They have this great idea and they talk everyone's ear off about it. But when it's time to sit down and actually write, what do? They procrastinate. They worry about it not being perfect, about people not liking it, or whatever excuse they come up with. The truth, they're scared. Their comfort zone is killing their dream, and they're too afraid to even try. They could write 200 words a day, and in less than a year, they'd have that book. But they don't. That's the real deal. How about the person who's always saying they want to travel? They dream about seeing the world, experiencing new cultures. But do they save up for it? Do they plan a trip? No. They stay at the same job, spending their money on the same old boring stuff. They're too scared to take a risk, to step out of their little safe bubble. They're missing out on life-changing experiences because they're stuck in their comfort zone. They could save just $50 a week, and in a year they'd have enough for a pretty cool trip. But nope. They stay home and complain about never going anywhere. And let's not forget the person who is always complaining about their relationship. They know it's not going anywhere. They're not happy. But they stay because it's familiar. They're scared of being alone, scared of starting over. Their comfort zone is killing their chance at finding real happiness. They know it, but they don't do anything about it. They could leave, find new hobbies, meet new people, and potentially find someone who truly makes them happy, but they choose not to. They choose comfort over growth, and it's killing them inside. Listen, every single one of these examples has one thing in common. People letting their comfort zone dictate their lives. Now let's talk about how you can get out of this cycle. You've got to start by setting real, clear goals. Not vague stuff like I want to be rich or I want to be happy. No, you need specific targets. Like saving $1,000 in 6 months, or losing 10 pounds in 3 months, or writing 300 words every day. Break it down into small daily actions. Make a list and put it somewhere you can see every day. Yeah, it sounds simple, but are you doing it? If not, why not? Quit making excuses. Next, you need to get used to being uncomfortable. This is where the real change happens. You need to feel that discomfort and push through it. It's not going to be easy, but that's the point. If it were easy, everyone would do it. Think about all those times you felt uncomfortable but did something anyway. It made you stronger, didn't it? So stop being weak. You need to do this regularly. Commit to doing one thing that makes you uncomfortable every day. It could be talking to a stranger, trying a new class, or even just saying no when you usually say yes. These small challenges make you stronger. But what happens if you don't do this? If you don't push yourself, you stay stuck. You stay in the same place, doing the same things, getting the same results. You get older. And one day you wake up, full of regrets, realizing you've wasted your life. Your comfort zone will have choked the life out of your potential. Is that what you want? No? Then do something about it. You've got to want change more than you want comfort. That's the truth. You need to set a timeline for your goals, otherwise it's all just talk. Decide where you want to be in 1 month, 6 months, a year. Write it down. Put it somewhere you'll see it every single day. Remind yourself of why you're doing this. And don't just stop there. Track your progress. This is crucial. At the end of each week, sit down and review your progress. Celebrate your wins, no matter how small. If you've missed a target, figure out why and fix it. Don't just sweep it under the rug and hope it goes away. Stop lying to yourself. Now, I know what you're thinking. I don't have time. I'm too tired. I'll start next week. I'm just not ready. Cut the BS. If you're saying you don't have time, make time. Everyone has the same 24 hours. It's about what you prioritize. You find time for what matters. If you're too tired, then maybe you need to reassess what's draining you. Are you staying up too late watching TV? Skip it. Go to bed earlier. If you're saying you'll start next week, you're setting yourself up to never start. You know it. You need to start now. Today, not tomorrow, not next week. And let's talk about the excuse of, I'm just not ready. This is the ultimate cop-out. you're never going to be 100% ready. Life doesn't work like that. You have to just jump in and figure it out as you go. Everyone who's ever achieved something big started before they felt ready. They learned along the way. So stop using that as an excuse to do nothing. Here's another excuse. I don't have enough money. Okay, let's get real. You don't need a lot of money to start making changes. If you want to get fit, you don't need a fancy gym membership. Go for a run outside, do bodyweight exercises at home. If you want to save money, start small. Cut out 1 coffee a day and save that money instead. Over time, it adds up. There's always a way if you're willing to look for it. And what about, I don't know how? Well, there's this amazing tool called the internet. There's a wealth of free resources out there. You want to learn a new skill? There's a tutorial for that. You want to eat healthier? There are recipes for that. You want to start a business? There are guides for that. You've got no excuse not to learn. It's all there if you're willing to look. Another excuse, I'm afraid of failing. Well, newsflash, everyone is. But the people who succeed are the ones who don't let that fear stop them. They try, they fail, they learn, and they try again. Stop being scared of failure. It's a part of the process. If you're not failing, you're not trying hard enough. You need to embrace it and use it to get better. And let's not forget the excuse of, I'm too old. This is one of the most tired excuses out there. There are people who start new careers in their 50s, 60s, even 70s. Age is just a number. It's never too late to start something new. The only time it's too late is when you're dead. So as long as you're breathing, you've got time to make changes. I don't have support. You think you need someone to hold your hand through this? No, you don't. You need to be your own support. You need to be your own cheerleader. Sure, it's great to have support from others, but if you don't, that's not an excuse to quit. You've got to want it for yourself. You've got to be willing to fight for it. Remember, your comfort zone is seductive. It whispers sweet lies to you. Tells you it's okay to stay in bed, to procrastinate, to avoid risk. But it's a trap. It keeps you small. It keeps you from being who you could be. You need to break out of it. Fight against it every day. Push yourself. Challenge yourself. It's not easy, but it's worth it. Stop being weak. Get real with yourself. Stop letting your comfort zone kill your potential. Stand up, face the truth, and do something about it. The power is in your hands, but only if you're brave enough to claim it. Stop talking about what you're going to do, and just do it. No more excuses, no more delays. The time is now. The choice is yours. What are you going to do with it?